Okay.
Yes, we've been partnered. Yoncha organized a nice book, and I was privileged to write one chapter, but the work was all Yoncha.
So,
But maybe Vikram, we all requested to organize for webinar for us.
yes,
Please.
when do you want to do that? When? I'll tell you what. Look, every Wednesday I thought, look, there's been so much content on the channel, so let's not put
Please.
too much. So there is actually a talking books coming up on 25th. And there was a book that Sarah in Australia had organized, which I contributed to. So that's on the first. No, that's on the 8th. So we can keep it on the 1st.
1st of February. Oh.
Yeah, 1st of February. Is it okay, or you want to go do it later?
Yeah, I'm okay. But how about Alexander?
Alexander is checking his schedule. He's checking his schedule. We can keep it on the 15th also. If you, how many authors are there?
15. I think 15 of February will not be available for me because I will be so busy under my agenda as I remembered. But 1st of February will be available for me.
Okay. The 1st of February it is. Alexander, please put it in your schedule.
Okay. Which time? This time will be available for me. Otherwise, the morning time will not be available because so early for Turkish time.
But Yoncha, do you have authors from the US Pacific time? Because for them it'll become a little early.
US Pacific time. For instance, if you pick up 9 o'clock Eastern time, in Turkey 5 o'clock this time. No.
Perfect. So let's do it this time. 7:30 India time. Perfect. This time.
Okay.
Done.
Okay.
Done.
This time I can. Will be perfect for me.
Great. So we're done. 7:30, and Indrani is here. Hi, Indrani.
Okay, and Alexander, please join me.
Okay, so why are people not unmuting themselves? Why Indrani doesn't want us to hear?
Okay, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Congrats, Vikram. All the very best, and so pleased to see that you've managed 2 years of total dedication and expansion, all to the benefit of us, your fans around the globe.
It's been a wonderful journey. Thank you, all of you, for being part of it. It's like, I don't know. Look, I also don't know. It's been 2 years. And of course, Sultan is here. Hi, Sultan.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Sultan, it's been a long time. You know that. We haven't seen you for a long time.
Yes.
Why has Indrani become Turkey? I was renaming and I put yours. Please, you must put your countries there only because people should know that there are such nice people in all the countries in the world. So Indrani, that was really nice. Thank you very much for being part of it. And of course, Alexander and Sultan and Yoncha. I think it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure going through this. And JP is here. Look, everyone who walks in, we have to say hi to them first. It's my living room. So hi, JP.
Hello, how are you?
Good, JP. Thank you for being part of the celebration and for being part of the various shows. Thank you very much.
Oh, always welcome, Vikram. You're doing a great job.
This is actually what the idea of doing this was, to hear these nice words. Sometimes, and of course, Ekta is here. Ekta, you might need to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Yeah, so I'm not even at home and I'll be on the road very soon. So
all the time, whenever you come in, there's something, they're outside somewhere.
Kya kare? Vikram, life is like that.
Okay, so what will do is I'll ask everyone. Everyone can introduce them to each other, but we have to say hi to Alex first. Alex is, of course, has been doing some very interesting things for some time. She was at the Poland-Ukraine border, helping refugees from Ukraine in some whatever. There's actually an episode of Mediator Experiences with her, so you have to, of course, watch that. So Alex, you can at least say hi. You can unmute yourself and say hi.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you all.
But Alex, are you now in Paris, or are you still enjoying yourself in those nice places that you are?
in neither places because I'm on holidays. I'm in France, but at my sister's place, which is not Paris. So, yeah, toasters and Mondays.
Great. So basically, I'll tell you what we'd have to do. I think what we structure it is, of course, we'll have Alexander came in first, so he's going to tell us about the good things from the channel, the good content, and all of you after that will have to tell me the negatives, so that as we take it forward from here, we might need to change it. So Alexandra, you come later first. Alexander is coming in. He came in earlier, he's the first one to come in. So he's telling us about the experience with the channel. Yes, Alexander.
Well, first of all, as the other said, it's very important to congratulate your initiative, Vikram. You are a true ambassador of Mediator. You look for people around the globe and try to talk with them and share the experience. So the positive point of the channel is that with one stop, you can connect it with many experiences, many different jurisdictions, many different ways of life, and possibilities to solve problems. So that's very, very important. And in my opinion, it's something that we need to applaud. Thank you very much for your initiative, Vikram, and I hope that the other celebration be even bigger than this one. I dare the colleagues to find the problems in the channel, but of course we must be humble to listen to what can be done better. So this is my introduction. I think you are doing a wonderful job, and thank you very much. Many Brazilians and South Americans enjoy your channel and follow your posts.
Thank you very much. And Alexander was my official Portuguese, Spanish translator, both the languages he covered with one of the episodes. So thank you very much, Alexander. Of course, he became a little too busy after that, so he did not see much of him. So thank you. And of course, Elizabeth is here. Hi, Ali. You want to say hi? You can unmute yourself and say hi.
Yeah, hi, Vikram. Hi to everyone. Very glad to see you. Sorry, I wasn't late for really long shows.
No issue at all. Of course, what we're doing, Ellie, is that everyone's just telling me about the good things, because what I did this celebration was to hear the nice things. So after that, everyone will criticize all the things that was wrong with the content or whatever, but first the nice things. So Yoncha's going next. Yes, Yoncha.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Vikram. Hi, dear colleagues. I'm so happy to be here because Vikram, I think, in my opinion, started the so good initiative, a good initiation for all of us. I think, and we are celebrating the second of these how gorgeous initiation. I think everybody, please join us, because not only me, but also Alexander and the other fellow colleagues will give so interesting perspectives regarding the not only own perspectives, but also international perspectives with participants. For that reason, I think I'm so lucky to be part of these how gorgeous organizations, and I'm continuing stand still. Thank you, Vikram.
Thank you. And I will, of course, talk about the shows that you people were on. So I might try and put up something there. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
JP, you want to please?
Yeah, Vikram, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. In fact, the wrong part, let me tell what Vikram has done. Vikram has gone off golf, and he's devoting too much time for mediation. And we miss him on the golf course, yes. And but so far as the good points, besides bringing everyone on the same same platform, Vikram, what you've done, the topics that we've participated in or heard you talk about with different people, I think that's a lot of good work that has gone in. And some things you can find on one platform, so much of good that has come out of those discussions. I really appreciate that, because it helps me. I'm today even right now in Nainital. It's freezing cold, and we are trying to do a training here. So I picked up some good mediation language, from various people who have talked on this platform. I think Vikram, great going, keep it up, And I'm sure we'll see more of you and more of everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, JP. I hope you don't have to see too much of me. Because look, because otherwise, like you said, the golf suffered. Today morning, I had a session celebration also. I did not go for golf today, which that's the worst part of the whole thing. Yes, it is. So, Sultan, please, you have obviously disappeared for quite some time. And any point of time you want translation, we have Yoncha available to us. So please.
Okay. I first speak English. After that, maybe Gonja help me. I'm glad. I see for happy this platform now. My English is not very well, but I would like to speak English. I love speaking English, but I follow your YouTube and link and your presentation and international mediator presentation. It's very nice. I lucky now this platform. I a lot things know this platform. It's a different perspective. I see, I learn. It's important for me. Now I a lot interest non-violent communication. Marshall Rosenberg. It's very interest me. I study community with community non-violent communication and make mediation expert labor. I see happy now. Okay, it's enough now.
Okay, we come back. We'll of course look. Now, thing is, we also need to create content in different languages. So Turkish also will create some content, because I'll tell you after this about these mediation circles that I'm making. Yoncha will translate for you, Sultan. The idea is to create mediation circles in every part of the world.
She said to us, she's an expert on labor mediation, and as I understood, she had followed the Marshall Knight's speech. I think his techniques was how wonderful for her.
Non-violent communication.
Yoncha, we understood what she said. Non-violent communication that she is now focusing on.
Non-violent communication.
Non-violent communication, and non-verbal communication, I think, was so important for her. It's because of these the importance of this technique, as I understood. And she's a valuable friend of me. And as a matter of fact, I confess, because we are member of the Peer Mediation Association of Turkey, and we had a lovely occasions, events, and trainees. The different secondary schools and high schools around Turkey, and that's the most important facility for us, for associations in Turkey, and that I would like to share with you. And another important important things with me, because tomorrow, if you permit, Vikram, tomorrow we'll organize the International Commercial Mediation in the Digital Era webinar on 9 o'clock Eastern Time with a host of ABA International Law Section. And
Yoncha, whenever you organize something, you have to do it at a reasonable India time. Otherwise, we are not going to announce your event. India time will be late. It's going to be late.
Half past 7 o'clock p.m.
Your
India
time.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. That's not so bad. Okay.
Okay. Perfect, thank you.
Perfect. So, Ekta, you came in before Alex, I think. Ekta, you want to say something? The nice ones right now. All the ones places. The arguments that we had, we will not talk about the arguments and the.
No. See, the arguments are a nice thing actually, because more than anything else, when we look at, and I won't call it an argument, I'll call it a debate. It's more like, because and more than anything else, they have to bring in different perspectives. And for me, that's so important, because otherwise, when we talk about mediation, sometimes we only hear one voice. But when we start hearing different voices, we start introspecting, and it makes us better people and better mediators as well. And for me, I think that's brilliant, and that's something I look forward to. I don't agree, but I learn from another perspective, and it helps me introspect to see, what do I believe? Where do I come from? And there are things that, conversations that I've had with you have made me sort of rethink and reevaluate things that I thought I was very sure of in my beliefs. And I think conversations like this just keep us evolving as people. So I think it's very, very important. Otherwise, we're like horse with blinders, where we say it's me, and nothing else that I know of.
Oh, good.
So
That's a good
even
thing.
the debates, even though we disagree,
Okay, Ekta has disappeared, it seems.
I
Perfect.
haven't disappeared. I've just moved into a vehicle which is dark.
Very dark. We have to bring you into the light, Ekta. You can't stay in the dark. We have to bring in some good things.
Wait about 45 minutes till I reach home. Once I reach home, I can come back into the light.
Perfect. No, but let me let everyone, of course, congratulate you. Ekta has been recognized by lawyers and some awards or whatever. What was that, Ekta? I saw some post on that.
So the two journals, Legal 500 and Chambers. So the firm has, a lot of us have been recognized. So that was a good thing.
Great.
So that is something.
Great. So, Alex, your good things to say right now.
Yeah, my good things. Well, I will repeat what the others said as well. Thank you for this opportunity you're creating of having different voices of mediators, because really, even if I'm a pretty new mediator, let's say, I realize each time how individual it is. And thanks to all this discussion you offer exactly what Ekta said. It allows us to understand what is our particularity in the way we're doing mediation, or in the way we're listening or dealing with a different situation. And this is really priceless, especially because you managed to gather the whole planet on the screen. So this is really so next, you will have to add a new point, like a new common language. We have to create a mediator language or something, to avoid the translation issues or something. Yeah, but so thank you for that. It's really great to connect the whole planet. Yeah,
but
despite jet-lag things.
Alex, people don't know how many languages you know. So you to talk about language, how many? You can tell us, what is it? French, Spanish, Italian? How many?
No, Spanish is bad. Italian is okay. Some Russian, some Polish. I understand some Ukrainian. Well, some Romanian as well. But I think language is our major tool as human beings, which differentiates from other, living beings on this planet. So I would love to know, as I told you many times, I would love to know many more. I would love to know Turkish. I would love to know, Indian languages. So it's still not enough.
But that's interesting. Okay, Alexander there, my Alex there, my official translator for Portuguese and Spanish. Here, Alexandra has so many languages. What is it to the Alex thing? Does Alex add languages to your life? What is it all about? Okay,
I don't know, Alex. Do you have an idea? I'm asking the other Alex as well.
I think it's the possibility to understand the others. We like to understand the others. Of course, we have a mother language, but in my continent, we are surrounded by Spanish-speaking people. So we invented a new language, a mixture of Portuguese and Spanish, because everybody speaks Spanish, our neighbors. So we're the only country in the continent speaking Portuguese due to colonization times. But I think English is quite universal. We are all trying to communicate ourselves in English, but I respect the local culture. So at least to learn one or two words, how to say hello, welcome, have a good day. And I think it's very important to everybody because we want to communicate it. And mediators want to understand the others. So that's my explanation for why we are so keen on languages.
Great. So we have to, of course, say hi to Huma. Huma, we'll come to you, but right now, just a hi. And then we'll come to you to tell us the good things that happen. Because Huma herself is an example for me. I'll talk about that. But of course, Ellie has to come in first. And Ellie, you should tell us where you are. I always have to say, living in Siberia. That's the interesting part. Whenever first time Ellie came in and I said, wow, there is someone from Siberia. And whenever we are, in general, when people are told, we'll send you to Siberia out here, we use that kind of thing. So Ellie actually lives in Siberia. That was the best part about it. So Ellie, please, some good things, how it's all started. Yeah.
Okay, Vikram, thank you for opportunity to speak today. And I want to tell you, thank you for all you're doing for us, because you saw that I create the text for Russian mediators because I want them to know about your channel and to give them opportunity to watch it and to get such beautiful information from all over the world. Because I think that before that, we can know something about another countries and how mediators work in it only from some books or scientists articles. And I think it's not about life, but on your channel, I can see not only lections, I can see how different mediators in different countries are living now and how they communicate with each other. And one of the important things for me is not only about new knowledge, which I get on your channel, but also about friendship, about culture of communication. And I see that there are a lot of people who are open for you, who want to communicate with you and who can help you if you need such help. And I remember that 1 year ago when Vikram, he told me what I must go and create application for James
Fellowship.
Vikram, help me.
Fellowship.
Yes,
Fellowship.
thank you. For James Fellowship. And that time I need to get a lot of information to create this material. And several mediators who were on Vikram's channel also, they were like people who knew me for a really long time, but they see me just here, and they really helped me to know about their countries and to get information I need. And I think that it is really beautiful that you see that there is no borders between us when we are open to communicate with each other. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Ellie. And a good part is at least Ellie goes out and she translates into Russian and tells people about the channel. And in Russia, they have a browser called Yandex. So in Yandex, if you open the YouTube channel, you can actually click there and say translate. It'll take about 3-4 minutes. And after that, it'll play the whole thing in Russian. So suddenly I'll be talking in Russian. That'll be the interesting part. That's the interesting part. It sounds very nice. I'm telling you, it's not in my voice really, but it looks really nice when you see your own video playing in Russian. It's a very interesting browser. And I think every country should have this. One is you see the text, but actually with the voice coming out. I think that was really interesting. So thank you very much, Ellie, for doing that. And of course, being part of the various shows. And of course, Huma, the interesting thing about Huma was, I have to keep saying this, that somewhere she saw this thing about what I'm doing. And of course, she did not know much about mediation or anything about mediation, it seemed. So she came in. And then I connected the concept of mediation, not the word, but the process. And she immediately said, well, her father is a village head in Afghanistan. And my father does this. And then my brother does this. And that is the whole idea of what I'm saying, that people, if you connect them to the process, they know everything about mediation. It's just that technical rocket science thing that we are trying to put, we don't need to do that. So Huma, thank you very much for being here and for being part of the shows, the events, and of course, the nice things that you want to say right now. Please say those nice things.
Thank you, Vikram. Thank you so much. thank you so much that you bring all us together in here. And also all the people is coming here and they discuss about different topic about mediation. And also these people share their idea and experience. It's so useful, especially for me, as you said at the beginning. I don't know about the mediation, but when you told me about the process, I recognized, yeah, we have even my family in my city, especially these elder people do this as a mediation. So by that time, I learned this technical. Now, actually, I feel that I can't, for example, when two people or two group of people, when they have disputed together, I can't solve this problem or get a result. So thank you so much, Vikram. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Huma. And we had, of course, Isaac came in, but he disappeared. Isaac is in Ghana, and Indrani was also there. Indrani, are you there? Have you said all the nice things, Indrani? Hi, Isaac. Indrani wanted to say, have you said the nice things, Indrani, or if there's something that you needed to say?
I've got loads to say. Hi, everyone. Yeah, Vikram, this has been such a humbling and refreshing experience. And I must say that, as someone alluded to earlier, the time that you've given us is just, there's no quantum to it. It's just priceless. And for that, I believe that your grandchildren will receive blessings for the input that you're giving to the mediation world. My only criticism, Vikram, is that I actually get very tired from seeing all your activities, in the mediation space, and sometimes feel very guilty as well. So please take some rest, go play more golf, and have a balance. But no, I mean that only as a joke. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Vikram.
Thanks, Indrani. And where is Isaac gone? Isaac, are you there or not?
I'm here.
Yes, Isaac, how are you?
I'm good.
What we are doing right now
Hello,
is,
everyone. Happy New Year.
everyone is telling me all the nice things about the channel. After that, you will get the opportunity to criticize it also, and what content should not have been there, the people who were not should not have been there. Anything that you want to tell me, not a problem. And how going forward, how we are going to, what kind of, in terms of the time, the 3-hour sessions, should we reduce them to 20 minutes, those kind of things. So we'll discuss that. But Isaac, please, yes, all the nice things.
Okay, thank you. I think meeting you has been an awesome journey. Meeting you, I think 2 years ago when you organized the Mediator Symposium, I saw it on LinkedIn. I put in an application and I was accepted to be on that program, which was awesome to be on it. And the way you received me, the reception you gave me and everything was really wonderful. And I'm truly grateful for that. And it has opened a lot of doors and opportunities for me, connecting with people I didn't know and connecting a lot of people, especially even the people within Africa that we are disconnected. We are just here around, but most of us are not in touch. So getting me to know Nanchan, Fiola, Biola, and those people around Nigeria and other countries was really awesome, and I'm grateful for that. So thank you for the wonderful work that you've been doing for mediation and in the ADR space. We always look up to you, and you are one of the person I look up to when it comes to the practice. And I'm also looking forward to do more as you've been able to do. So you have created a path for some of us to follow and also to learn more, and also make mediation one of the preferred choice around the world and to the globe, and also to take mediation to the people in the various communities. Yes, we are doing online, we are doing, the cities are having the important part of mediation and other thing, but what are the people that are in our remote areas? This is my focus for now, to get in touch with them and also see how they are resolving their issues, and how mediation can also be helpful to them in order to build peace within the local communities and foster unity among themselves. So Vikram, it has been awesome journey meeting you, and always is a pleasure coming to your meetings and talking to you. I'm grateful.
Thank you, Isaac. And of course, after some time, you will tell us about the new journey that you're starting, which you said that you're going to talk about it. Some post of yours you said, but haven't heard what you're going to be doing next. So we'll hear about that, and then we'll talk about the mediation
Yes,
circles
yes.
and the Ghana mediation
Yeah.
circle.
Okay.
Talk about that. Yeah. But
Sure.
what I want to
Sure.
put up there is actually the first. This is what we started with, the evolution of a mediator. And the idea at that time was only to tell people that lots goes into being a mediator, and that journey is what, I mean, the evolution that happens, and mediators are not made in 40-hour factories. JP, please don't listen to what I'm saying. Okay, close your ears. The mediator is not made in 40-hour factories. There's so much which goes into each of you, what you have gone through in life, the value systems you were brought up in, your parents, your grandparents, and all that. So I think all that was the way how it started. And then obviously that of course symposium became a big symposium. It was started only because I wanted to discuss mediation in our culture and traditions from the perspective of connecting people to the process, not the word. And suddenly just, I mean, it grew. Why it grew, you people will tell me who participated, because I think all of you except JP were there, Huma wasn't there. So it just grew and became what, 2 months, 97 speakers, 45 countries, and Rafael in Mexico designed this poster based on the original poster of Woodstock. And suddenly you find that the symposium has cult status. So it just happened. So I mean, I'm just saying the journey was just, let's put it out, and it just grew from there. And then in conversation with the beautiful mind came, mediator experiences came, then the topics we started discussing, which of course we started with heart, soul, spirituality, and mediation. Then we had this World Mediators Conference with 80 speakers, 80 sessions with about, I think we had what, I don't know, I think 80 panelists were there, and I think 93 sessions were there. So that happened. Then indigenous peoples and mediation, colonization, decolonization and mediation, neutrality and mediation, philosophy and mediation. So I think you people have to suggest what is coming up now is going to be, I want to have a discussion on genocide and mediation. By I think on 27th, I want to do it, but let's see how that goes. Then religion and mediation, first week of February. Language and mediation, which will start on the 21st of February. So please participate, all of you. Now, going forward, what changes, whatever needs to be, what do you feel that some direction, other than, of course, the World Mediation Circle, I'll talk about that. But in terms of the content, and also, Alexander, going forward, any suggestions, any journey path that we have to take? Yes, Alexander? Alexander is a little busy, no problem. Yes,
no. From my side, I'm fine. I'm hearing everybody, and I agree with the statement that you did a lot of effort. I'm curious to know what didn't happen well at these meetings.
No, but you have to tell me first that how do you want to see things in the future? What kind of content? Any suggestions on the way it should be structured? Anything like that?
Well, I think when something is growing, you need to organize, maybe receiving feedback from different parts of the world to see what they want. Here in South America, we are working a lot with mediation because we have a lot of problems in the countries of the region, not wars, but we have economic problems to face. I think it's a small reproduction of what's happening in the world. People are not tolerating each other. We are divided into groups. Either you think one way or other way. So our task here is to stop people hating each other, because we need to learn from the others. We don't think the same. We don't want the same, but I think we need to respect everybody. And in our case, we are struggling in Latin America to working towards democracy. Most of the countries here are organized as democracies. So if we have the elections, we cannot say that the result of the elections can be challenged all the time. So this is the social atmosphere you want. So we need to do a lot of mediation in the ground of communities to have them quiet and developing. I don't know if it's all happening around the world, or the demands of other parts in the world are different. But if for Brazilians and South, I'm traveling to Argentina, I'm traveling to Colombia, and we are all talking the same. We want people to calm down and say, look, there is a democracy game. So if you don't want, you wait for another election or use the democratic features of the game. For instance, if a president is not running well the country, you have the impeachment. In Brazil, every president here is someone asked for his or her impeachment. So it's becoming a rule and not an exception. I don't know in the words if this is happening in the other places too, but I think the majority of the people are not turning to one radical side or the other. They are in the middle. They are in the third way, and they are trying to construct a way to live where everyone is welcome.
Because Alexander, I understood this aspect because I think this is common everywhere. So that is why this concept of the World Mediation Circle I created. The idea being that in every community, every school, every organization, we create a mediation circle so that the culture of mediation starts from there. And a whole group of people come together who want to collaborate, who have this mindset of amicable resolution of disputes. It might be a small group to start with, but those people exist to have that mindset. Today, what has happened is activism, advocacy, and politics. That's the way the world has gone. But reasonable people sitting together, having reasonable conversations, that got lost somewhere, it seems. So that is the group that this will become. And this group will go on, but I'll of course cut myself here because Baye is here and we have to say hi to Baye. Hi, Baye. Baye is in Cameroon. I'll put it there. You want to unmute yourself, Baye? You can say hi to everyone. Okay, we'll have to lip read. Baye saying, I'm very happy to be here. Thank you very much for being here and organizing all the nice things. Baye, you have to say that. You have to unmute yourself and say that.
Okay, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to hear all the nice work you've been doing for the past 2 years. I'm truly blessed to know you because your work has really empowered my own work back here in Cameroon. Thank you so much.
Great. And of course, Mr. Panchu
And
is here.
greeting to everyone. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Baye. And Mr. Panchu is here. Of course, he's our very senior mediator here. And I say he's the mediator in India. Hello, Mr. Panchu.
Hi, Vikram. Happy birthday.
Thank you to my two-year-old.
Congratulations on all the work you've been doing. I think it's fantastic work, linking all of us together across the globe. So keep with it, and let's see some new initiatives in time to come. Think of some way, Vikram, by which we can actually effectively link people on a long-term basis. You know, on a continuing basis, maybe give us information about everybody on a directory, for example, which sets out what people have done, what they're doing, what they propose to do, so that we can think of linkages and partnerships. That's one idea which I thought I'd mention to you. Yeah. There are people in India who are interested in that, so I'll put you in touch with them and see what comes out of that. But otherwise, fantastic work, great work. And I don't think anybody's done this kind of work before. So good. More power to your elbow, Vikram.
Thank you very much, Mr. Panchu. And I'm telling you, I was just discussing exactly what you were talking about, creating this World Mediation Circle with mediation circles in every community, every organization, every school, and then on a issue-based thing. So there will be one climate change mediation circle at the global level, but the same thing happens at the local level. And I was just pointing out because Alexander was talking about how society is being divided and there's a lot of friction happening there and all that. So I was saying the idea was to bring together people who have a mindset of working together. It becomes a community by itself, away from the whole activism, advocacy, politics thing which is happening. This is the alternative. I mean, alternative dispute resolution we talk about, but alternative communities maybe there are not so many of that happen, so much of that happening. And people with that mindset, when they get together, the conversations that they have, like all of us have had, all these wonderful conversations we've had, it is an option available to people to do. And of course, how media takes it, how social media takes it into whatever direction, we, I think, can reasonably understand what we, as people with the mediator mindset, that is the important thing of getting people with the mediator mindset together. We can create an environment which is, of course, that the dialogue, consensus building, all the nice things that can happen. So that's how it's going to happen. Very small, it doesn't matter, one community can have few people, not a problem. But when other people see that yes, people can actually sit together and resolve things. The issue has always been that the mediator never got recognized, the value of the mediator got lost somewhere. So bring that in, respect for the mediator. Of course, the respect for the process will come from the respect for the mediator, maybe. So let's let it grow organically, right at the grassroots level. So that's what the movement is, the larger world mediation circle, but everyone is part of that, but creating these circles. But the whole thing is not just about one social activity. The point is that mediators needed to get remunerated for their work. So the whole idea is going to be that here you have someone creating a circle, say Huma creates one circle in Afghanistan or Iran, or Sultan is doing something in Turkey. That person is identified as a mediator, of course, in the community, and then has the support of a global community with them. So bringing in, I mean, there could be skill development sessions happening, discussions happening. So gets that kind of a whole, I mean, movement into the community, and takes from there people that she identifies or they identify into the larger world. So it'll be both ways movement. I mean, there are thoughts on that, which of course we'll have a separate session on discussing that also. But I'll take your thoughts on this aspect of what I'm trying to create. But I just feel that just bringing people together, what a person of a mediator mindset can do, I don't think other people can do. So let's use that skill and start creating these. It's going to be a slow process, but of course, we'll have to take the first step. Like the first step of that first episode of Evolution of a Mediator reaches some 400, I think 484 videos today. So I think that journey has to just start. We'll create one. Hopefully, we'll have a few thousand of them by the next year. How that goes. So that's the thought, Mr. Panchu.
Right.
Yeah. So of course, Alexander, I don't know whether that kind of answers what you were saying, but that is the way thing that you have to work on also. The Brazil mediation circle and in your communities and everything, you have to. I know you people don't have time. You people are, of course, busy people. So I'm the only one who has time. I will work on it as much as I can, but you people have to support, because we need people, good people out there who can actually be the face of mediators in that community. So you people are there. From there, work will also come for mediators, because you recognize the process gets recognized. We'll take it from there. So I don't know if kind of it's a thought how it goes. I already started talking to some countries. We are on a serious level, of course, already reached some places, and I'll of course keep all of you updated, and we'll all have this discussion. So who was after that? Yoncha was after that. Yes, Yoncha. The
Vikram,
criticism.
One
Yep.
idea, I think emblems and motives are distinctive and capturing. So we'd like your wife to design a piece of pottery, which should be the world mediation symptomatic pottery, and you please display that behind your chair.
Okay.
I think everybody joins me, I hope, in this.
Perfect. I'll tell her. I'll definitely tell her. Representing the world. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be interesting. The design will be interesting. Yes,
And
Yoncha.
also we can also purchase little things for those of us who want to keep it as well as souvenirs.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
That's interesting.
Great idea. We'll use it as a fundraiser.
Yeah, exactly. That is okay. To touch the raw nerve, Mr. Panchu. Fundraising is something which I tried in every way I could. I said, send a gift, become a patron, because the time that is spent, I will still spend that time. I enjoy these conversations. I'm not going to say I'm not going to spend that time. But yes, that became an issue. So I said, how do I make this world mediation circle something which is generates funds also for me and for everyone involved. So I decided create it like a multi-level marketing. I get something, you get further people into it, you get something, and that's how the chain goes. I'm telling you, that's a serious idea. Alexandra is laughing. Alexandra, it's a serious idea. It's going to be a multi-level marketing kind of thing. When you people bring in those mediators and peacemakers, they will pay to be part of it, and some of it will come to me. Most of it will stay with you, and that's how the movement is going to go. It'll be self-funded movement. I mean, funded by the people who come in. And I hope it doesn't become a Ponzi scheme. That's the only thing we don't want it to be. But I think that's the way it's going to happen, Mr. Panchu. So it is very important. The funding is really important because I have lots of plans. They'll be slower to implement. If that doesn't happen, it'll be faster to implement. But that's those steps I will still keep taking, because reaching out to people who are, I mean, for me, there's a differentiation between the mediator and peacemaker that I made. We need those people, peacemakers in the community, who will go out, talk about mediation also, bring together people also who want to be part of the circle. So they, of course, need to be remunerated. And I think the movement comes in when we can identify the right people. So we take it from there. But Huma wants to say bye. Huma, you want to say bye? Put on your video and say bye.
Yeah, sorry. Tomorrow I have exam. I have to go. And thank you so much.
Okay, Huma, we'll see you later then.
Yeah.
And all the best for
Bye.
your exam.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Vikram, I want to say that, you know, from the point of Alexandra and Sriyan point of views, I think the concept is so valuable for all of us. Why? Because you know, we are aiming to reaching against people to the mediation, and we are changing the mindsets, especially the community. For this reason, what we can do, in my opinion, for instance, we can focus the expertising in the mediation, for instance, labor, commercial, or consumer, and which technique will be useful for both parties. For instance, which negotiation techniques will be useful, or why the parties use these techniques, or why not. In my opinion, especially, for instance, in my country, which point the stuck during the commercial mediation, especially during the bargaining, and what are the obstacles during the bargaining we can face. I can increasing my examples, yep. But as a matter of fact, I want to highlight that not only conceptual items, but also techniques, for instance, using negotiations techniques, and for instance, non-verbal issues. You know, Sultan highlights that, because time to time, okay, we can catch up the verbal things during the negotiation or during the opening speech of the parties. But I think time to time, we cannot catch up the non-verbal issues. For that reason, I think the different methods, different criticizing approach will be so important for all of us. And then the second point, for instance, during the family mediation, I think, or community mediation or peer mediation, I think apart from the traditional mediation, and for this reason, we have to focus the different items, different accompanying issues.
I'll tell you. What you're saying, actually, that's the whole idea behind these mediation circles. We'll create a family mediation circle where people who are interested in that we'll have those discussions there specifically for that, a commercial mediation circle, a labor mediation circle. So the idea being that each of them then will bring those people together, like Mr. Panchu said, bring people together in. For me, those are the little communities which will be set up in relation to the mediators also, and then in relation to the mediation also. So the specific techniques that you're talking about can be discussed within them. but
Yes.
everything we put it out for everyone on the YouTube channel, for everyone to benefit from. So
Yes.
that is the only challenge here, Mr. Panchu, is because I want to put all the content free for people around the world. So I don't want to create small spaces of 20 people paying something to be part of that. So that's why I had put out there that, look, if you have in some way benefit from the content, just send me a gift. Because once I go into that direction, get pay to be part of something, then it becomes like what's been happening everywhere. So that's a little bit of a challenge, but we'll bring everyone together on these specific topics, Yoncha. And like you said, you of course use the word peer mediation, which I'm moving away from, because the school mediation circles is what I'm calling them, only because peer mediation, the way it developed was where people went into schools and said, we'll tell you how to do mediation. We'll do this training for you. And I'm moving away from that training thing, which again becomes a reason for, again, I'll go back to Mr. Panchu, your funding thing. I must have alienated all institutions in the world by saying mediators are not made in 40-hour factories. I think so. They are never going to be part of what I do. But the point is, we are not going there to teach you anything. You know everything. We just want to bring it out and tell you that you actually have a skill. Please do that within your group there, little community that you create. And from there, we'll do skill development programs, which was the idea to a certain extent, to have discussions, but we'll have more skill development programs for people. So that's the picture right now, and we'll keep fine tuning it. So Yoncha, I think that's really good.
Vikram, there's something else that struck me. I think we should also encourage through this group opportunities to meet one another when we travel. You know, if there is a mediator, for example, from abroad who's visiting India and coming to my part of the country, it would be great to organize a get-together, to meet that person, to spend some time, to know more about what they're doing, for them to get acquainted with us, and also to meet at, at a personal, friendly, interactive level. So I think we should encourage that. But
look, to a certain extent, it started here. There was someone from Nigeria who was visiting, so came to meet me. There's someone from Bombay who was here. At least 2 people have come in. And of course, on my golf course, both of them were called there. But only the problem is that you people have to understand that I'm doing everything online. Mr. Panchu tells me that you are more imposing online. He doesn't like me offline. But if you don't like me offline, how will I be able to create these things, Mr. Panchu? Why don't you like my offline presence?
All I said was you look more impressive online, and we must ask your wife for her comments on that subject, Vikram.
So that's why I'm saying that you don't want to be. You want me to be less impressive, do you?
So, by all means, just be impressive the way you are.
Okay, so you don't mind the offline world, huh? So you don't mind by creating that.
Not one bit.
So that's a good look. The idea of again, I'll go back to the circles, was that we'll have a little, of course, get-togethers. Let's call them get-togethers, as said, and every circle can meet, and that circle is a small circle. Say some local circle in Chennai is meeting, but then you have the Chennai, then you have the India, then you have the world. So we'll keep having these. Like you said, if someone's traveling somewhere, just create a little meeting, get together. You are there, anyone's visiting Chennai, Mr. Panchu's there, please. I mean, of course, you're a busy person, but I'm sure you'll be able to take out some time. And yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Put that announcement there. But again, this is part of people who are, the people in the circle. Because that's a little selective I am about the people who come together. So that's a little bit of an issue I have, that I can't bring everyone in, because of the fact that I have to be, in terms of being the ambassadors of mediation that all of you are, the face of the mediator has to be a certain person. So that's a bit of a thing I have. So I'll be selective. So you might not have large numbers, but you'll have good people coming and seeing you. So like Alexandra wants to visit India. She's been saying, when I told her, when you come here, you have to spend at least a month. That's the kind of country that we have. 1 month is nothing, but yeah. So Alexandra, some suggestions, some criticism, please.
Criticisms. Well, oh, sorry. No, this suggestion of Mr. Pancho is really great of meeting each other, to have a map of all the contacts. I would love to have a map, in fact, because when I see all the people we have on the screen, I would like a map. You know, because India is huge, Russia is huge, Africa, Ghana, each country is huge. So, so I would love to see us on the map. This would be good. And yeah, maybe a suggestion is. Yeah, because I feel guilty, but I wish I could have seen all the material you've posted, but sometimes it's a bit long and I feel it's never gonna happen. And it's true that having it a bit shorter, although it's so nice to talk when you are on the spot and do that, but when it comes to hear or to take over, it's not easy. Or maybe something that stuff that people do on YouTube, and which I think is helpful, but I don't know whether it's feasible to do, is, you know, to do some
little clips.
Signage, yeah, clips in the YouTube, to see this part treated more that topics or that topic, you know, within this 2-hour discussion or 1 hour and a half. When I know it's a bit fake to do this way, but sometimes maybe it would help to hear this specific topic you'd like to dig into a bit, if you are not available to listen the whole thing, you know, so develop some keywords and stuff like this maybe. But I know it's a huge work probably, but would be interesting maybe to think how to do that a bit more maybe.
No, I think the one thing about the time that you said, look, the conversation that we were having, where do I cut that conversation? Can I say, no, Alex, now you're telling me this, I don't want to hear more about it because I don't want to put a long video. So that cannot happen. I mean, those conversations have been wonderful and I don't want to cut that really. But we'll have, like you said, the clips part of it. Look, I do everything single-handedly. So for me to edit those will not be possible. What I want you people, whenever you're watching a clip in any video, just tell me from this time to this time was a very good, I mean, we should put it out separately. Just give me the time. Okay, so this minute, this second to this minute, this second, I can edit that. That much time I can do that. But to be able to watch those 484, now will be 485 videos, I won't do that. I won't do that again. All of you will have to help me. So you people don't help me. That is the problem that has happened all throughout, that you people don't want to help me. You don't share those videos with people. You don't share the posts. Nothing happens. Everything is something that people say, okay, this guy is doing something. I'm sure he's doing, he'll manage somehow. You people are part of the entire thing. So you people will tell me, okay, this is a very good clip. This, what Mr. Panchu said, his words of wisdom, those are very important. Each of you have always brought in very interesting aspects. So let's do that. I think that, because I really have planned, and I think last symposium, I'd actually put this, let's call it an appeal. Please tell me the important aspects of what you picked up from each, because each one will pick up something different. So whatever you brought to kind of something that resonated with you, just tell me. It just takes one message that I was just watching this, and this was a very interesting thing that the person said. I'll put it out. And the time factor, I'm going to have these now. What is going to come up is there's something called Magic in Mediation. There's a book that Ken Cloke is writing. So in a run up to that, I'm going to have all of you, let's keep it about 10-15 minutes. Each of you can record. We'll record a little bit on magic in mediation as you understand it. And of course, when his book comes out, there will be some videos available to us to put out there. So those are going to be small clips. So that's one part that can happen. And otherwise, we will have our conversations in the circles. Those conversations will happen. There'll be mostly there'll be productive things happening on the ground. So that I will not be able to edit. Let it go out to people, because now we want to create a movement. We want to take it further. So let people hear about our conversations, which might be long, but they'll be productive as to what you are doing on the ground. What is Alexander doing in Brazil? How we are creating a circle. We'll just have those conversations. So now let's take it to that. There will be some general ones happening. I tried in the philosophy and mediation symposium. I wanted to have half-an-hour sessions. So I put it out for half an hour, and that was not good enough. And I had to, with one person, record a part 2. So that's a little bit of a challenge, because all of you have brought such important aspects to those topics that half an hour was not enough for that. So that's again a little bit of a challenge, because all of you have such good things to contribute. Should that time be cut or not? We have to discuss this. I mean, this is something which we need to discuss, how that's going to work. So of course, Mr. Panchu can also throw some light on that, as to whether these sessions that we've had in those symposiums, whether those were too long.
Difficult to generalize, Vikram, very difficult to generalize.
So that I think we'll have to work on. Of course, we have Bai are you coming in? Because Bai is doing wonderful work on the ground. And yeah, Alex, you want to what? You want to leave, is it?
Yeah, just another idea. I don't know if it would be useful, but when I see all these people gathered, I'm being curious, because you are the one knowing each of us here, but we don't know each other that much yet, and it makes me feel like I would love to have a sharing of practices, but maybe not online. I mean, online, not public or something, but analysis of practice, and no matter what topic, not because there is an interesting point in matching topics together, labor mediation, school mediation or stuff like this. But when I see all the difference we have on the screen, I would love to see how everyone addresses and analyzes its topic together. The French person would say this way, this topic, but the person from Ghana this way, the person from Cameroon this way, or the specialist from this country with this language. We speak the same thing in a different way, and this I would love to to hear, like on specific cases, like sharing and reacting together, like in a way, knowing each other also by our practice.
Yeah. No, but I tell you what, again, this comes down to certain point to the circles, that in those circles people would have these discussions. But Alex, everything is going to go out on YouTube, because let everyone benefit from it. I always, whenever we have these sessions, I immediately go online, because you don't know who sitting in what part of the world listens to something and takes it forward. So let's put everything out there. But there is something called reflective practice, that like Michael Lang is of course known in the world for reflective practice. So we did have one session with him. I want to continue that series of reflective practice, because everyone, of course, like everyone says that we are doing it, we are lonely in our practice and we don't share things with each other. So there will be reflective practice groups. He already has created reflective practice groups all over various parts of the world. So that one session we had was his Irish reflective practice group came in. And what they do is, someone has some particular mediation that they did. So they just want to share, and in some way, everyone will tell that person, or in general have a discussion as to how they would look at it. So we are going to have those circles. So that's also part of these circles, because everyone wants to, of course, talk about their experiences and might not have those opportunities all the time. So we'll do that, but please let it all go on YouTube. Because that's my thought. I mean, you people can tell me something, I mean, how you look at it, but let everyone benefit. It's the easiest for me to in some way restrict the audience and monetize it. That's the easiest thing to do. That if you want to come and listen to this circle that Alex has created, you have to pay this. That's the easiest thing for me to do, but I don't want to do that. Let everyone benefit. So that's my thought. And Mr. Panchu wants to say something on this. Yes, Mr. Panchu, you were saying something.
From what Alessandro said just now, I was just thinking, is there an option to take a live subject? Say, for example, the war in Ukraine. Okay. And then to get a galaxy of people from different parts of the world, address it to say, well, coming from our perspective, this is how we would apply mediation. We have these gleamings from our history or our culture or our experiences. This has worked, this hasn't worked. But this is how we would, apply the concept of mediation to something which is a very live, ongoing, serious, threatening problem. So in a sense, I think I'm trying to take our idea of circles and narrow that down to one more degree of focus to actually take a live problem and to get people around the world talking about how they see the resolution of that problem.
So that is also, Mr. Banchu, about the circles. One is, of course, communities, schools, organizations. One is a social issue, which is a local social issue and a global. So now I had put it out. There was some post. Of course, you are not so active on LinkedIn. So I do, and maybe you don't read my newsletters. I can understand that. But what I did was I created a climate change mediation circle, and one on like at the global level, and but also at the local level. So everything happens at the local level affects the global in relation to be it climate change and a lot of other issues. Maybe poverty eradication mediation circle, could be anything. I mean, pick up a social issue. The world and the local have to go together. So think global, act local kind of a thing we would create. So I want to have a discussion on which I haven't put it out on as to call for speakers, but on genocide and mediation on the 27th of January. But we can expand it to say war, genocide, and mediation, which I earlier thought I had put it down to genocide only because there is an international day for, something to do with the Holocaust. So I wanted to maybe limit it to genocide, but we can have a discussion on war, genocide, and mediation only because we right now need some general discussions. It becomes another symposium. And then later, as we have got the thoughts together, then on specifics of the Ukraine issue. Now, there will be various perspectives which will come. So I was just saying, like Alex has actually been on the ground at the Ukraine-Poland border. She has met the refugees. So her experience that comes from there, which we discussed in that mediator experiences episode that she was part of, we actually, the idea is what is the practical aspect happening there? So that is what everyone will bring in. So definitely, that's something that's as part of the thought process.
Right. Vikram, I must take leave.
Thank you, Mr. Banchu, for coming in.
Thank you. And a goodbye to everybody over here, and all the very best for this year. And I hope that we will actually meet in person, each one of us.
Yep.
Bye. Take care. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.
Happy
Bye.
New
Thank
Year,
you.
sir. Bye.
So Ellie has, of course, we have a number. I can't see your face. That's 6152931430. That's I can't see you. Melanie, we can't even see you because the light is against your face. So yeah, okay. So can I write Melanie there?
Yes, please. I'm sorry, I didn't. I'm trying to catch a walk before it rains on me. I'm very casual, but those lollipops are to celebrate you and your works, Vikram. So there you go. And I thank you. May I add something else before?
Please. All the good things first, the good things, and then the suggestions.
Well, I don't think I have any negative feedback. I support you putting all the data that you're putting out because somewhere in some way, you've heard it through my chats. Usually I'm a bit more formal, but I felt like today I could be a little bit less formal. I think I can't read all your data, and I'm open and honest with you when I'm coming in. I've said I've read a few, but you're right. It's going to catch the eye of someone in a global setting. That YouTube area might be something beneficial to someone who thinks they don't have a voice or they haven't engaged yet, and they might because of that. So 100% put all the data out. For those who don't want all the data but have something to bring, maybe they join in the smaller circles, if you mentioned. And I also love education, so I'm all about diving in and doing my vetting on topics before I speak on those. What doing here, Vikram. So my good words for you is thank you, thank you, thank you. And also I'm humbled to be a part of it, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, Melanie. Thanks a lot. And of course, like you said, someone somewhere it resonates with. I think that's the important part. But Ellie is going to give us lots of good suggestions because she's doing wonderful work in Barnaul. Barnaul is in Siberia. Let me again put it out. So Ellie, some good suggestions as to how things are going to happen, because like I was talking to Ellie and I was talking about the circles, and she was saying, look, we are also doing this kind of work here. But then the idea is, Ellie, to the local to be supported by the global. So you have that support with you so that we can create a conversation and learn from experiences that people have already had. And that's the idea. So local is good, but global is also good. So Ellie, suggestions.
Vikram, do you want suggestions about your channel?
About the channel, about activities, about those mediation circles that I'm talking about, because that's going to be my focus this year. It's going to be mediation circles. All these events are going to be a mediation circle. So like I said, genocide is going to be genocide mediation circle conference. There will be a climate change mediation circle conference. Everything will now become a conference of that particular circle, be it at the local level, be it at the global level. Let's just have those conversations now. Those, like I said, the productive ones on doing work on the ground. Now this is a grassroots movement. How are we going to do things there, and how can we involve people from each part on those larger issues? So thought process, we can take it as like organic development of all my events happen. We'll also organically develop on this, but your thoughts are important because you're actually doing wonderful work. Not that everyone is, but Ellie is really puts out such interesting content. I mean, in terms of suggestions and everything. Yes, Ellie.
Vikram, thank you. If you speak about the work which we are doing with my colleagues on the ground, so in this year we worked a lot with the schools and help to resolve group conflicts. And also the good news, Vikram, is I told you what I will write about it later, is that just several days ago we get a news that we will have a grant and we will have a chance to work with the families who are already divorced, and they already go through the courts, but we still, even having the resolution of the courts, they can't go through their conflict, and they can't communicate with each other, and children can't communicate with parents, and there are a lot of questions about alimony, etc. But what about your channel is when I hear today another colleagues who tell you their ideas, what you may also create here, I thought that usually we are thinking a lot about how already resolve some problems, and we are usually speaking about how to tell people that they can help another persons to resolve their conflict. And when we are speaking about mediator's mindset, and that's here maybe a lot of people who can help in such situations, but maybe they're also important for us to think not about people who can help to another to resolve their problems, but also to tell for all people about skills in communication, how they can communicate in their life every day, and how they can communicate in their family, and some maybe practical questions which we can use for them, and maybe it will be useful to create some shows which will tell them how they can do it by themselves every day, how they can speak with each other and be happy. Sorry.
The thing is, Ellie, what my whole focus, as you've heard, is always I've been saying dispute resolution revolution, because I felt that once you have a dispute, which is a quantifiable thing in your mind, that I want to resolve this dispute, and that dispute gets resolved, what you learn from actually being part of that process, I think that's a big learning experience. So I said, let's first step, let people resolve their disputes through mediation. This general kind of coaching or training about life, we will maybe do it, but we'll do it step by step. Let people actually experience it rather than the theoretical part of it. So that was the focus on the dispute resolution. Let's start with that. Then, of course, comes the conflict revolution. That's what Ken calls his. That he put that term conflict revolution, and I said no, I want to do the dispute resolution revolution. So the larger things will also happen. Look, finally it is everyone should be a good human being and all those nice things. So I said, let's leave some things for the spiritual gurus. Let them do some work for some time. Let them create good human beings. And here, let actually people experience resolving disputes. So my focus has been quite clear. Mediation, mediators, dispute resolution to start with. As we go along, as people can actually experience it, they will go out and then talk about all the good things. So they will become themselves, let's not call them trainers as official, but they will then educate the communities, educate people around them, their families. Because there's huge work to be done. We have to reach some 7-8 billion people. So it can only happen when it happens like in a very, very, let's call it like I said, the multi-level marketing concept or whatever. The progressive thing will be huge. So if I reach out to 1,000 and they reach out to 1,000, that's 1 million people. And when 1 million people reach out to 1,000 people, you have 1 billion people. So that's how we can progress. Otherwise, we will have these small little groups that we'll make, and then we'll within ourselves won't be able to reach out to too many. So let people actually experience the dispute resolution. Let them learn from that. Take that back to their families and communities, and then let it progress. That's what was my thought process behind focusing on the dispute resolution. All the good things, there's so many of you, I'm sure, who are out there talking about such nice things to people, about non-violent communication. Sultan spoke about, there's a lot of course, discussion on that. But one is the theoretical part of it. One is when you actually sit in a mediation and then you actually learn that yes, non-violent communication is a good thing to do, and you learn from that, and then you take it back. So a practical kind of exposure experience, I think I felt that would be one good thing, because there is a lot of theory out there. And like I've been saying, I'm one who doesn't read all that, so I'm not very well educated. And for me to even talk about the larger education, maybe I'm not the best person to do that. But Ellie, you were saying something. Yeah.
Yeah, Vikram, I agree with you that it's important to about dispute resolution, and that people also will teach in this progress and in this process, and they will get the knowledge on practice. And I just want to tell you that I take an idea for myself for this year. I want to practice it. I understand that there are several books which I'm reading usually and watching videos which about usual people. And I understand that when I'm looking for them, for these people, after several time, I get some, I'm looking what they're speaking about, and their ideas start living in me. And one of them is about how to care about yourself, about your soul. And another person is, she's about some family questions and about also, but sorry, I forget all the words as usually, you know, but what I want to tell you that I understand what's looking for them, I get something from them. And that's why I understand what I'm in my little blog in social nets. I also can share information about mediation, about communication in your family, etc., with other people. And I want to give them to see that it may be in such a good way, and I hope it will give them useful information too.
We can work on that. I mean, look, the best in the world, let's get them together and talk about those topics. And I have no problem about it. But like I said, it'll all go out for everyone to benefit from. So we can do that. I mean, if there's specific topics, let's cover them, but not to lose focus on the mediation part of it and the mediators and dispute resolution. I don't want to lose focus on that, because largely I've seen what happened with people who I'm sure started with good intentions, but one area they went into was training. So they had these little groups of people whom they were training. That's where they were making the money from. Then all these other topics, general topics, they had that perfectly all right. I mean, everyone should make their money, but I did not want to go into a general kind of thing. Let's have conversations on everything around conflict resolution also. There are because there are a lot of other people other than mediators involved in that. First, let us put mediators out there. Let people value mediators. Let them value mediation. That's my focus area. That actually, because well, yes, people should sit together and non-violent communication and just negotiate and just resolve it on your own. We should always tell them that, and all those skills required for that, they should all of them should have it. But let that come in, get translated into the mediation part of it, and them sitting together and being good human beings. They should learn that, and definitely they will learn from the larger activity of dispute resolution. They will learn those specific lessons also. But I think that, I mean, topics not a problem, but because non-violent communication aspect came in generally. But what happened was that I had a session on Mahatma Gandhi and mediation. So there were discussions on non-violent communication, which happened part of mediation and Mahatma Gandhi, because a lot of people connect non-violent communication with Mahatma Gandhi also. So we had it part of that. So let's keep it on mediation, but all these topics can be covered. I mean, I have no problem with that. But let's, of course, say hi to Jasmine. Jasmine, hello.
Hi, sir. Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Now, Jasmine is in one state, of course, one state in India called Punjab, and in that a particular place called Sangrur, which is a big issue for people living in Delhi. So this is what I was saying in terms of climate change and environmental mediation, how Jasmine's place in Sangrur, where these farmers burn crops, that smoke comes into Delhi and pollutes our city and almost kills us every winter. So then I said, let's create a mediation circle in Sangrur. Let's start from there, sensitizing these farmers and things like that. So that's something which is happening. But Jasmine, what we were discussing first was all the good things that you have seen on the channel. Or you have to say all the good things, and after that the suggestions. But you will give us your suggestions after Ekta has told us about hers. So all the nice things right now, Jasmine. What are the nice things that you have seen? What have you taken back from that?
Okay, so I joined these meetings, these sessions last year only. And what I liked the most was that one doesn't need to be affiliated with any organization to be part of this. Like, no certificate required, no training required. You just, if you have the mindset, you're eligible to be here. And I actually liked it. I mean, the way the mediation is explained in a very fluid way. Like, there's no set rules. It's the most flexible way. And no one teaches like that. No one tells you that mediation is something that anyone can do as long as they have the required empathy for that. And it's not a skill, it's something which comes from within. This is what I understood from here. Secondly, the idea that sir gave me, that one can actually go door to door, talk to people and tell them about mediation. That is, one doesn't need to wait for big firms to hire them or any big opportunity to come to them to do mediation. It is available everywhere. The opportunities, they are available everywhere. And I didn't think of this before I had a conversation with sir. So I liked it. And then there are constant meetings. There are regular symposiums which happen. I have listened to a lot of symposiums, and I actually like different perspectives of different speakers. Like, I remember there was a speaker, Bernie Mayers, I think. He once talked about his own experience about the place where he used to live and how mediation used to happen, and how he used to help with conflict resolution. And then I remember I also heard this symposium where there was this mediator, Leila Orapalli.
Yeah.
And I loved her stance on family mediation and matrimonial mediations. I mean, these are very inspiring, and I absolutely love them. And I wish to listen more of these symposiums and these meetings. So yeah, that's what I like most.
Okay, so let me also tell you that Bernie Mayer's episode of Evolution of a Mediator is coming up tomorrow. So that because we've already had 3 parts, part 4 is coming up tomorrow. And Leila Olapilli, I tell everyone, please watch her session in the World Mediators Conference where she spoke about working with master mediators, because she was also a Weinstein Jams fellow, and she was in the US at Jams shadowing these mediators. So she actually speaks about different styles, because there is, of course, I mean, people have created this whole thing about evaluative, transformative, I mean, just the facilitative, narrative, all these things have happened, dividing mediation into different parts. And for the user, definitely that doesn't really matter. But so she's spoken about her experiences and categorized the mediators into interesting terminologies used for them. So please watch that. So yes, so that's good. But other thing that I was telling Jasmine was, of course, she did not listen to me. She went and did her little training in becoming a mediator. She did that without, so that's okay. That's perfectly all right. But what I've been telling everyone, the students also, because she's just about graduated. You graduated now, Jasmine, or not?
Yes, sir, I'm graduated.
Okay. So I was telling them that don't have to go out and shadow mediators. Go out and ask people if they have disputes, do they want to resolve it, and go and talk to a senior mediator and get that mediation going and learn and sit in that mediation. It is your mediation, and you've brought in a let's say a more established mediator, whatever word you want to use for it, professional. I mean, I don't have any issue with words, but someone who's actually practicing as a mediator, bring them in, take that matter to them and say, look, this is something that this person I know, he wants to do this. Let's just, I mean, can you work with me on it, or I'll work with you on it, whatever way you want to put it, and do actual mediations and be part of it, an active part of it. I hear a lot of young people say, look, can we come and sit in a mediation? I said, why do you want to sit in a mediation? Why don't you just, it becomes your mediation. I should sit in it. Call me when it's required. Why should, first of all, because these mediators like say Ekta, Yoncha, or all of them, you have limited time. So let them come in only when they are required. But you can have discussions with these people. They will guide you. They will say, okay, why don't you discuss this aspect and come back to me? And their time, limited time, will be spent on this so that they can do large number of mediations. The whole idea is that we can't make mediators, like I said, in 40-hour factories. So we have limited number of people who will have that skill. So, and value that, we have to value that. So bring them only when it's required. So this is also something that I put out there, that to create that whole chain of mediators and this circle part of it is going to be this, that you are on the ground talking to people. Bring in a mediator who is, that mediator might be part of your circle, might be from other circle, you will know about them. Get in touch, bring them in, because you've heard them on the channel and felt that you will click with them, because finally it's the synergy. So you will click with them, contact them, and bring them in. And this is like a global pool. You can call someone from anywhere in the world. Why should we be limited? Countries might want to legislate and divide mediation into their own countries, which I don't know how they can do. How can they get into someone's house and tell them who you have to sit with? If on my screen I'm sitting with someone in Turkey, should you be stopping me by legislations and say, no, you can't sit with this person? The person is assisting me to resolve a dispute. Please don't interfere in it. So global pool, use everyone and get work. Let's all this thing about promotion of mediation, and we go out and actually say mediation is a good thing. I think people have heard enough of that. But here, you have a dispute, I'll reach out to the other side. That's where the peacemaker part comes in. I'll reach out to the other side, get them on into the mediation, and I'll bring in some person like in Sangrur, like Ekta, I was telling Jasmine that, of course, JP was here. I said, look, Sangrur in Punjab, maybe they will connect with JP. Bring him in. So those are the kind of things that we need to do. Yeah. So Ekta, you want to do? Of course, no. So Sultan first. Sultan came in before you. Yes, Sultan. Suggestions? Any suggestions? And you can speak in Turkish. Yoncha is here. She can definitely translate. You have to give me good suggestions as to what needs to be done and what you've picked up, good things.
Yonca is here.
Yes, I'm here. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 minutes later, I want to depart, leave.
Yes.
No.
Ben çok mutlu oldum tabii ki bu organizasyona katılmış olmaktan. Özlemiştim.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be part of your how valuable organization. I miss you so much. I miss all of them so much.
Yes. Yani özellikle senin de söylediğin gibi şimdi her ülkenin uygulamaları farklı. Biz de dava şartı arabuluculuğun getirdiği bazı sorunlar var. Özellikle gönüllülük ve esneklikle ilgili ben sorun yaşadığımızı düşünüyorum kendi uygulamamızda.
Sultan said, we have, as I mentioned before, we have a case action sanction. That means mandatory mediation, especially labor, consumer, commercial disputes, and we're gonna face the time to time some problems regarding the flexibility and the voluntariness during the mediation sessions.
Tabii bu bize özgü sorunlar. Bu yani Vikram'ın özellikle yayınladığı dünyadaki uygulamaları görünce arabuluculuk felsefesini içselleştirmekle ilgili yol almamız gerekiyor ama çok olumlu etkilendiğimi söyleyebilirim ben bu yayınlardan.
Sultan says, this issue towards just only the Turkey, this not, maybe this cannot be international, but she emphasized the all events so much because especially the most important thing was the philosophy. By means of Vikram events, she captured the philosophy of the mediation so sound.
Evet. Özellikle daha önce katıldığım programda da söylemiştim kültür ve arabuluculukla ilgili. Arabuluculukta şiddetsiz iletişimin kullanılmasını ben de çok özlüyorum. Liv Larson'ın bu konudaki çalışmaları ve kitabı bana ilham veriyor. Ama çok yolumuz var.
As I mentioned before, regarding my cultural mediation in Turkey, the book from the Liv Larson, especially he said that the non-violence communication is always so important for both parties in the mediation. But in my opinion, we're gonna move forward a long way.
Yes. Bizim uygulamamız tabii çok sen de bahsettin. Akran arabuluculuk Türkiye'de çok güzel uygulanıyor. Özellikle Akrander öncülüğünde. Yani buradaki Abbas Hoca'nın, Necdet Bey'in, işte Nur Hoca'nın, Ayşe Hoca'nın hepsinin katılımı çok kıymetli, sürece katkıları. Burada yani gençlerin, çocukların arabuluculuk sürecini çok kolay içselleştirdiklerini ve daha çabuk değiştiklerini görmek çok ilham verici. Bizim için hem çalışma için çok güzel hem bizim için çok kıymetli bir şey.
I would like to suggest all of the international community because the Akrander is the most eager point that I want to share the international community. Especially for firstly the Abbas Türmüklü, the Professor Abbas Türmüklü and Necdet Göçtüre and the another lovely professors, colleagues, mediators of the
öğretmen, teachers.
Teachers of the big family of Akrander also guided the Turkish secondary school students. And I think our interactions after the trainees, our interactions was always so good. And we want to teach our experience to the international communities.
Evet. Yani konu olarak biz onu belki ne olabilir diye sormuştu. Anladığım kadarıyla soykırım ve çevreyle ilgili.
Onları söyledi ama farklı yani istediğin diğer konular varsa onlardan bahsedildiği için.
Onları da düşünmüştüm. Mesela ben aslında şiddetsiz iletişimin kullanımıyla ilgili bir başlıkta olabileceğini, olabilir mi diye düşündüm şu an için.
Okay. She said to me, she came to my mind. She said, the the non-violence communications. I think in the mediation will be a good subject for me.
Teşekkür ederim. Şimdilik bu kadar. Burada olmak çok güzel.
Yeah.
So 2 words I understood. I understood shukriya. I like what she said. So shukriya, of course. That's what she used. So,
Shukran.
Shukriya.
Teşekkürler. Yeah.
Because we have in Hindi also we say thank you for shukriya. So I understand that. The other word I understood was dunya, because world is called dunya in Hindi also.
But as a matter of fact, Vikram, I want to say that shukran is Arabic. You know, teşekkür is Turkish, but shukran we can accept it.
Compassion, yani o şeydeki daha şükran daha farklı böyle.
Look, you have to
Daha
understand
onur etmek gibi.
Yeah.
Because you have to understand that the Arab world has been coming to India for centuries. So the words have come to India, and of course we might have modified them. And we could say shukriya and shukran also. I mean, so shukriya is largely used. And the state that Jasmine comes from, actually, she also might not know that in the Punjabi, which is the real Punjabi spoken in the villages, sometimes you find words from Arabic. They've actually kept Arabic words there also, but that is getting lost obviously as it's going along. So we have a lot of Arabic words which are part of the language in certain parts of the country. So that's something which.
By the way, I have to leave it. Happy New Year, and congratulations, Vikram, turning the baby too, and hope to see you in the next series.
Perfect. And just tell Sultan, we'll have a discussion or a symposium on non-violent communication and mediation. If that's your subject, we will have that. So, although let me tell you that we are having a symposium on language and mediation, which starts on 21st February.
It's very interesting. Language and mediation. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, so that's coming up on the 21st. So please, you can be part of it. I'll create the schedule, then I'll circulate it. There is, of course, religion and mediation coming up on the first week of February. I haven't really put all this out because my concentration is on the mediation circles, but that's going to happen, even if there's a one participant, but we will have that. We will definitely do that. And of course, Christina was here, and I can't see her, but yes, I can see her on the panel. Yes, Christina, where are you? Yes, Christina, you have to now first say all the nice things about the content on the channel, all the good things that I have done, because this whole thing was only to hear the nice things, and then some criticism and some suggestions. So please, Christina. After unmuting yourself will easy, but if you don't want to unmute yourself, we'll try and understand otherwise. Come on, Christina, unmute.
I'm so sorry. I have to start because I was long time out of this whole session. I'm so sorry. I want to greet all my colleagues. I want to say Happy New Year, and who is spending the Christmas also, Merry Christmas, and following a lot of the holidays, because we are multicultural mediators. I guess we are part of each of the culture, each of nationalities. So I don't know which of celebration, how holidays is coming. Anyway, I'm congratulate everybody. And what can I say? I want to say happy birthday, Vikramji.
Vikramji, I like the G.
So I started, yes, I remember. I congratulate, you're turning your baby 2. I hope he will turning 10 times and 100 years old. So you will follow your job. It's it's a great job. What about again, because I was out of this your season, and I know that you're creating this cycle of mediation, you're creating a new symposium, you want to try to make colloquium on, you make something, maybe baby 3, new baby 3. It's turned 2, but it's coming 3, like in 2023. So what I want to speak about, what I am doing now, I guess. It's closer, and I fully agree. I fully support you, and I'm too proud that I know you as a person, because it's great. I respect your job. I respect everything what you are doing. And I agree with everything. I'm like in the court who is selling it. Yes. I agree with everything. Just let me go. So,
but if there is any suggestions that you have, Christina, you could make some suggestions, because with Christina, what we did was we had one episode of Mediator Lifestyle. And after that, we have not had any episode of that series which we started. The idea was that let mediators take us through their lifestyles. She was supposed to be on a beach in Cyprus, which did not happen, but she sat in her garden and told us about her orange tree and her paintings. So that was also good. So Christina, any suggestions? Because that was something that you suggested.
yes, I'm suggesting, my dear colleagues, I guess we have to, what we started, we have to follow. And in this cycle, mediators, I will suggest to be closer to not mediators. Okay, we understand each other. We just look at each other. We understand. We know what we are doing, and where we're going. We know our past. But the people around till now, they are aware. They don't understand. They are like a blind child, blind puppies. They try to look at us. They don't understand. We are attorneys. We are peacemakers. We are facilitators. Who we are. They look at us. They try to understand, and the pity and really from my side, they ask me ID. They start to ask me ID. Before it wasn't like that. Now they start to ask me ID. Show me that you are a mediator. I say I have to show you my diploma. I have to show my ID, because they are really feel themselves insecure, because around of people lies by lies, and people don't understand whom they can trust. We have to start from there. The trust worse. And I suggest to go to people, to just go public.
That's
ask
exactly.
them.
No, absolutely, Christian. That's the whole idea behind these mediation circles. Like I told Jasmine went to some villages in the state that she is. She went to villages. She spoke to those people. Now to create a mediation circle of that village and that region and the state and the country and the globe, that's how it's going to happen. So it's going to start with that mediation circle in that village that Jasmine's going to create. So that's the idea. Let's go out. And I'm telling you that if we, of course, all of you, identify those people who have that mindset, and we can, of course, they have to be people that I have to endorse them. In my part of my circle, I have to be people with whom I connect with. But when we can actually get those 1,000 people out there, which I was just talking about before you came in, 1,000 people reach out to 1,000, you have 1,000,000 people out there. And when they reach out to, like you said, at the grassroots level, when they reach out, can you imagine the impact that they can have? So it all starts with that one step and bringing people together. And that is what I'm asking all of you to do. Just look, all of you are doing your work. Definitely all of you are doing your work. Just for some time, give my circle some time. Give me some little bit of time of yours to, you might not have to do all the work yourself. I'm available for that. But I need people there whom they can actually identify with. Maybe if they want to, if there's a language issue, if there's Turkish has to be spoken, Sultan is available to them. So it's just we need a local face for a mediator also. And of course, then they're all part of a global movement. So that's how I'm structuring it. And it's going to be a work in progress. It's going to keep getting refined as we go along. But one thing that I needed to do was, Mandy was here, and Mandy, of course, is too shy to put on a camera. Mandy, what's happened? Why are you so shy? You were never shy. But of course, today, yeah.
I was preparing myself for the party.
That's why you came in at the end for this session, is it? Not a problem. The session will continue for you, please. So, Mandy, the good things first. The good things first, and then suggestions and criticism after that.
I feel very empowered by all this circle and all this connection between us. And this is, I believe, the most important thing that you bring to the mediators and the mediation, Vikram, to feel the power of peace and the power of supporting and loving, and this feeling that the most we have is to connect each other than to separate. So to forward this feeling to people who have disputes, and to be able to focus on good and connections than the differences. And this power of kindness and this light of peace is very important to be empowered by your circle, dear Vikram, because it is very important to have faith, to empower ourselves that this is the right way. It is not just a romantic or a child thing. Sometimes it is this sensitive things are considered as weakness, and this is very important that we feel strong together and we empower this peaceful lifestyle and movement. And I realize at this moment we are here, people from so many countries. Dear Sultan from Turkey, we are neighbors, and they educate us feeling that we are enemies. And it is so nice to be together here and to feel that we have a sea to connect us than to separate us. The Aegean Sea is our sea and it is connecting us. And friends from Cyprus also, which is in the same sea. I like using the sea to, especially the Mediterranean, because it is between the countries and it is connecting everybody. And Russia.
Yasu, Apo Cyprus, Yasu.
Yasu. Yeah. So we're feeling so close to Russia and Ukraine, and everybody is trying to figure out who is the bad or the good guy, but they are all suffering from what is happening, and they are in the same side, in my feeling, not separate the pupil, I mean, the people, I don't know, the ones that make the war, what they feel. So I believe we are all connected and we are all in the same sea, swimming in the same sea. And India is in another ocean. We love Indian Ocean also. We love you very much. We love Pacific Ocean. We love all the sea, because all the seas.
You don't have to get diplomatic, okay, Mandy? You don't have to get diplomatic because I'm.
No, I mean the sea is a huge hug. Yeah. If you see the planet, it is blue. If you see it from the stars, our planet is blue, and the sea of love is connecting us. You are the sea of love, Vikram.
Wow, Mandy, that was nice. I haven't heard better words in the last 1.5 hours. So thank you very much. Look, these are the nice things that I wanted to hear. So look, if I can take back some nice things, is there a problem? So these are the nice things. Mandy, why did you not come earlier? You would have set the right tone. I would have heard such nice words. So thank you very much, Mandy. And of course, being part of the events. Thank you very much. And next step is to give me suggestions and criticism. Both are welcome. Any suggestions you have on the way forward? Anything in relation to the content or anything else? I mean, any suggestions you have?
As I have told, we have discussed, I believe that it is very important to cooperate, to give value to mediation, because, and your job also, because I believe that because there is no fear and court and judges and all these serious things, people don't realize how important mediation is. And all these conversations with so beautiful minds you have, they are, I'm not sure they are valued. So I believe we should find a way to spare the meaning, to spread the meaning, but with value. We have to make a symposium maybe and to talk many people together to exchange opinions, how we can give value to mediation. Because as a lawyer, I see when people have a court, they are so scared and so afraid of all this procedure, and they pay as much as they ask them just because of the fear. But all this mindset of mediation has nothing to do with fear, and I'm not sure which is the way to communicate how much more important is to participate in a procedure which is friendly and peaceful and not scary. And maybe this would be something we should organize. And I mean, there are some time, maybe people should participate. More people than only mediators and lawyers.
Yeah. But that's what the idea. Like Mandy is on an island called Zakynthos in Greece, beautiful island, and she's creating a mediation circle there. So the people who will be part of that circle, we'll have conversations with them. So the user will talk about their experiences and how they are looking at moving forward in the dispute resolution revolution. And then those are the conversations we have to have. We have to go beyond the mediators for sure. So but we have to get the people together. So that is where, when you bring in that mediation circle and you bring those people together, we'll have those conversations with them, and the suggestions we get as to how they are looking at the process and how
lawyers also.
Lawyers look, imagine all of us.
Important to realize that they can be mediators or
Mandy, let me tell you that right now all of us are lawyers. All of us on the screen are lawyers, which is not a good thing. Which is not a good thing. We want the non-lawyers to come out. That's when we would have actually achieved something, because that's what I've been saying throughout. It's the mindset that is required. And there are so many people with that mindset, and the lawyer and mediation, that connection that is being created around the world, we have to cut that mediation is not a process which is connected to courts and lawyers. Dispute resolution can happen without the courts and the lawyers being involved. That's the message that I've been trying to put across. So let's bring in as many. I've tried to bring in a lot of non-lawyers. A lot of them are non-lawyers also. So we'll bring in more of them, but the lawyers seem to be at least people who stick around on my conversation. They've stuck around. Look at all the lawyers have stuck around. The other ones have left. So that's a good thing. But Mandy, I like your calming style of talking. I'm sure everyone will agree that nice. This is what. Yes, Ellie, nice calming voice that she has.
Yeah, very beautiful voice and very beautiful words. Thank you so much. So pleasant to hear you. And there are several minutes ago, I write to Vikram that I have to leave, but I can't leave now because I want to hear you. Thank you.
Imagine, look at the compliment you're getting, Mandy. You know what time it is for her? Please tell her, Ellie, tell her what time you're at.
It's 11 p.m.
11:10. Okay, so she's sticking around to listen to you. So that's what the good thing is, that good people, when they have good words to share, people listen, and that's what is required now. My channel is what is it? Just a medium to reach people. That's all. That's all I do. What do? I bring.
Why is it 11 in Russia?
She's in Siberia. Russia is a huge country. This is what what I'm trying to do, and I've been trying to do with Mandy for quite some time. I have to give her a global perspective. One, in relation to language, I've been trying to tell her, look, languages is something which is what we're going to have, language and mediation. That there is no supremacy of language. Language is a communication tool. Then I have to give her a global perspective on countries and how huge Russia is, how many time zones it has. She's in Siberia, which is totally a different end. And you have, of course, maybe people might talk about Moscow. If you know how many kilometers there are between Moscow and Brno, where she is, then you'll get to know how huge that country is. How many kilometers is it from Brno to Moscow?
Oh, Vikram, I have to try to find this information.
Okay, I'll find it for you. I'll check it out.
Oh, okay,
but it's a
you.
huge country. That's what I'm saying. That's why the idea of bringing everyone together was, and I asked you people to write your countries also, that there are a lot of stereotypes about people in this world. Okay, Russians are like that, or Turkish are like that, or Greeks are like that, or Indians are like that. This is not true. We are all individuals. We bring in ourselves. And this is what the first step to actually creating that world. That is what is required. That look, there are no stereotypes. Treat people as individuals to start with, and you might have met an Indian somewhere. Of course, Mandy always doesn't understand me. She thinks my accent, my Indian accent, as she calls it. You have to understand people in the way they speak. Sultan will have a different way of speaking. Ali will have a different way. I'll have a different way. Jasmine will have a different way. But if you listen from the heart, you will hear all of us. But if you just get lost in the words, maybe you might not. So that's another message that I want to put out there. So yes, so that's something that we have to know. That's a huge country. Yeah. So you were saying something else?
It's 3,000 kilometers.
3,000 something kilometers. Can you imagine that, Mandy? From Moscow to where she is.
And in time zones, there are 4 hours difference between Moscow and my region. And in our side, there are much more, 5 hours, maybe. So, in Russia, there are 9 time zones.
So you understand, Mandy, now the scale of the world, that's how huge the world is. And sometimes we get lost in that little dispute of ours and forget that we are part of this much larger planet with such wonderful people. But let me play something which actually there was someone from her friend, Ellie's friend, Elena. She had sent a very nice message on New Year's last year. Let me play that message. I really liked that message. Yes, Ellie, you did hear that? So because I keep saying Siberia, I like to say Siberia, but she was out there in the cold and sent that message. So let's do that. Let's put that message out there.
Dear Vikram, Happy New Year. I want to wish you and your family health and success. And so I say you thank you because I meeting with you. And it's very wonderful meeting for me, very important meeting for me, meeting with you. You make a very great job for mediator for all the world. Dear Vikram, Happy New Year from Russia with love.
So that from Russia with love. So that's the kind of love. Where does language fit into this picture? It's just the fact that you get such nice emotions from people. I think that's what keeps me going also. So that, Mandy, all of you are invited for the next session also. The next session
there was a James Bond with from Russia with love, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's where it comes from Russia.
I will try to have learned until the next session not only the Happy Birthday, my cello, which I learned today, and if you want, we can sing together the Happy Birthday. I learned it without my teacher.
So now you can play it now. You can play it now also, and you can play it in the next session also. But only thing is, why is your signal not so strong? The signal
it's awful. So I will connect with my phone.
Yeah, do that. Let's hear, because she's learning how to play the cello, and she said, I will learn to play Happy Birthday on that. And
I play cello like a 2-year-old
perfectly all right, Mandy. We're happy.
child, okay?
Just the
For
fact that
the
you're playing
two,
it, we're happy.
my cello and Vikram's, my baby and Vikram's baby are in the same age. So I will play cello like a 2-year-old baby, okay?
I
So
want to stay that
forgive
same
me.
age.
I connect with this machine because this is not working well.
Yeah.
And I'm coming back.
Yeah, please. So anything that you people want to just last minute thoughts kind of thing, because with next session obviously is coming up after 1 hour. Please join that also, because I kept that break in between so that I can also maybe eat dinner and then be, of course, little more active in the next session also. So any kind of a I mean, some kind of course suggestions you've given, but what are you people going to be doing in terms of the mediation circles? Are you going to help me or not work on it? So Sultan, who's going to translate for you now? I'll have to do that. Are you going to be working on creating a Turkey mediation circle? Are you going to be participating in that? No, I'll have to translate.
Please repeat. I not.
Let me I mean put it up on Google Translate. Maybe that's going to be better. Okay, let me first say it in. Look, the thing is, Google Translate it might not be the best translation. I can't guarantee that, but at least you'll be able to understand something.
Yes.
You have to participate in the Turkey mediation circle. Yes, Sultan?
Yes.
Yep.
It's yes.
We have to create mediation circles in every school, every community, every organization.
Yes. It's one. We need this.
Yeah.
We now study, but we need a lot.
Yeah. If we take the first step, things will happen on the ground and it will grow. Like I started with one video. Today we have 485 videos. So we will just grow.
Yes. One step is very important, but yes, it's very nice. We always study. We need we need connection and support. Conversation is very important, I think, because we don't need a lot listen and a lot we don't conversation and we listen, but we learn it. We learn conversation. We learn listen and support. Trust. We need trust. We need yes, safety, safe
space. Yeah.
Yes, safety, because women and children, it's not good life now. Violence is everywhere. It's big problem. We study. We believe me and other person. We support ours. Okay.
Yeah. So we have to get your son involved also, we need the younger people also involved, and of course he will also help in the translation.
He is very busy. He went to school. He composer, you know. He very study. It's I said your invite. He said me I'm busy, but he said nice to meet you. Your invite.
No problem. We'll get him involved as we go along. And of course, now Mandy is going to play the cello for us. Yes, Mandy.
Thanks, everybody.
No, man,
Thank
Sultan, you have to listen. You have to listen to
Yes,
Mandy's
I
cello.
listen.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
I'm listen.
yeah.
Neighbor Mandy.
But how will we listen to it, Mandy?
You
Yes.
sing also because you have to cover the cello.
So everyone has to unmute themselves, or do they only the cello is going to play? They have to unmute themselves also. You have to unmute yourselves also. Mandy wants you to sing along. Yes, please unmute yourselves. Ellie, Sultan, Jasmine, please. Okay, maybe let's hear the cello first. Yes, first we are going to hear only the cello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
Go.
We have to relax.
Everyone is a spiritual guru these days.
Okay. Cover your ears.
Let's go.
I mean, cover your ears.
No, I'm already covered.
Okay. Shall we sing?
First,
or only play?
Only cello. Let's hear the other cello.
Okay.
Everyone can look. Now you have to unmute yourself and clap for her. You can't do this with being muted. Great, Mandy.
Oh, I forgot to mute myself while I was doing. You heard that?
That's lovely, Mandy. Are they going to sing? Well, no. Only thing is that you'll start wishing me. My wishing will happen in July, but you will have to wish the channel. My 2-year-old channel, please look. Ellie, Sultan, please unmute yourself. We will all sing for the channel. I'll also sing for the channel. Let's go. Please unmute. Come on, Sultan. Come on, unmute yourself. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Come, Mandy, let's try.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Thanks, everybody.
So what do we say after that? Many videos to you. Many more guests to you. Many more events to you.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the song.
Yeah. So many more shows to you. Many more good conversations to you. All those things. Let's hope that we have lots of more conversations. So that's very nice. So what we're going to, But what you have to do, Mandy, for the next session, please get your signal right, because you have to play this. I think we're going to start with your cello. I think that seems to be how we're going to start.
Now I have a signal or not?
Yeah, much better. Much better.
Okay.
Yeah, that was breaking that time. So anyway, thank you. Look, I have to close this session only because I have to have dinner, because the next session is going to start my 10:30 p.m., which is almost about an hour later, and is going to go till my midnight. So I should have something in my stomach to take me through that. So we'll meet again. All of you, please, all of you are invited for that session also. So if you don't mind, I will break this session here. But before that, let me just thank people who have put such nice messages on LinkedIn. I don't even take those things. So Alexander, of course, was here. Louisa, thank you. I am is in Cameroon. Christina, of course, was here. Emanuela, Francis. But Francis, you should have been here. I don't know. The issue here is that the LinkedIn is a very delayed transmission. So what they are seeing now is something that has already gone through. So I don't even know. But I think Francis should have come in. So great. So thank you very much. And please, after an hour, we have the next session also. All the nice things that everyone has to say. I don't want to miss out on them. So I want people from all parts of the world, all time zones to participate. So that's why I put up at 10:30 my time, because it is going to be 9 o'clock morning in Pacific time, and Ken will come in for some time to at least, it'll be nice for him because he's the face of the dispute resolution revolution. So please drop in. And thank you very much for participating in the various events. And this year, again, please participate. Mediation circles. Yes, we have to create those. We'll have our conversations as part of those circles. Get people in. Like she said, let's get the user in. Let's get them into the conversation now. This year, let's do that. And let's see what they have to say. And let's take it forward. The revolution, let's take the revolution forward. So thank you very much. And if you want to unmute yourself and say bye, please.
Thank you, Vikram. Thank you so much. Thanks you all.
Bye. And thanks everybody. Thanks, Vikram. See you later.
Bye.
Nah,
My
have a good
my
day
thing is
too.
bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
See you.